We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
We've got another Cactus wrestling preview. Iowa versus Oklahoma State. Iowa's already lost two duels this season. They're up against what, an undefeated Oklahoma State, I believe, right?
And they're getting hot at the right time.
Whew.
This is like the Oklahoma State of old.
Yeah, for sure. This is a team that, they're really wrestling hard these last few duels. And everyone's in the lineup that they need. I mean, they're clicking, like their injury bug is over. They're hitting their stride right before nationals. Like, just like you said, this is the Oklahoma State that for years people were like, oh man, like I got Oklahoma State in
Yeah, I
round
mean,
one. Like, ugh.
Oklahoma State had a national finalist every year for so many years up until recently.
Mm-hmm.
They've been a dominant force, dominant presence, and then they started to seem like they fell off, and people were even saying like John Smith's washed up, he's
Yeah.
done. But then this young team, is like showing signs of life that the team has not had in quite some time.
I mean, Oklahoma State's beaten Missouri 24-10. They've beaten Iowa State 21-12. They've beaten NC State 22-12. Not really any close duels.
And
They beat
NC State
Lehigh.
typically is pretty stingy in duels. Like they usually have really close duels.
They beat Lehigh 25-12. So
The
it's
most
going to
they've
be
given up is
interesting with
12 points.
Iowa in Stillwater. This will be Dayton Fix's last home duel. So let's
Allegedly.
That's what they say at least. I mean, who knows?
Allegedly.
Super senior.
Did you see that, by the way, Nelson Brands didn't participate in senior day activities for Iowa because he technically has 1 year left?
That's insane.
Oh.
So craziness.
So now the question is like, what are they going to do
Will he
with
come
Gabe
back?
Arnold's? Because Gabe Arnold's wrestled last duel, beat off number 16 Shane Legal. Is he going to wrestle one at Oklahoma State because he has one more for eligibility? And then are they going to put him in the lineup for postseason? I don't know. We can speculate when we get to it, but let's start at 25. Drake Ayala versus Troy Spratley. We saw no Drake Ayala versus Eric Barnett. So will we see Ayala versus Spratley? I think so. I think I was not going to try and lose this duel. I think it's going to be
No,
too
yeah, they can't
close.
send out anyone but Ayala and expect to have a chance. Because if they don't send out Ayala, Spratley 100% is going to win easy.
Even still, I think Spratley is really, really good. I think he
Spratley
might
could
even have a
beat
chance.
Ayala, but if they
Yeah,
don't send
yeah.
out Ayala, there's no chance that Iowa gets the win at 25.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm a big Troy Spratley fan. I like the way he wrestles. He's
Yeah, he's
really
been
tough.
impressive.
He's beaten some top names this year. He lost to Caleb Smith, Jory Volk, Brandon Kaler. These are all pretty top guys. 25's always shifting and turning. So
Beating Camacho was big.
well,
beating Camacho was big at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that post or pre number one Camacho?
I think that was during.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think Ayala's going to win this. I think Ayala's probably high tier All American, whereas Spratley I see maybe low tier All American at this point.
Yeah.
So I would give the edge to Ayala.
WrestleStats picking Spratley though.
Yeah.
Did you consider that?
I think Ayala's higher than the eighth ranked that they're giving him for WrestleStat.
Yeah.
I agree with Jack. I think he's looking at a top 4 finish this year at Nationals. And Spratley might as well, but I think Ayala has the proven hit list right now, and he's been, beating the guys that he's expected to beat. I mean, his loss to Jacob Camacho as a common opponent was in 2022.
And you said that this is in Stillwater?
Yes.
I'm picking Spratley.
By decision?
By decision, yeah. Ayala should win.
Yeah.
By all accounts, should win. But I don't know. My prognostication sense is tingling here, and
there goes Mike with his crazy picks.
I'm picking Spratley.
All right. How about Cullen Shraver versus Dayton Fix?
Obviously, Shriver.
I think that it's insulting if they think Dayton Fix is only going to major him.
Yeah.
I
No.
think this is a tech or a pin. I think Dayton Fix
Yeah,
is really
absolutely.
gonna. He's doing everything he can to be a national champion this year. Do I think it's gonna happen still? No.
Questionable.
No, I don't. I don't. I think that he's gonna be a top guy again, but I don't think that he's gonna get through the top guys that he needs to beat. But Colin Shriver is not the top guy. So I think he techs or pins him, depending on what
Yeah, I
he.
mean, if Nagao can beat him 11-0, I think
Yeah.
Fix could definitely tech or pin.
I think Fix is going to get a pin here because it's at Stillwater. He's going to have
Mm.
that crowd. Well, you know what? Actually, though, because last year nationals were at Oklahoma and he fell flat, even though it was 10 minutes away from his hometown. So the hometown effect probably doesn't actually have all that much of a factor.
I think he's gonna want the pin
Regardless,
just
I think
because of
it's
the
still going to
people.
be a tech or a pin.
I
It's
think he
it's
might
his
even.
last home match ever.
I think he's going to go
Go
for the
out with a
pin
bang.
because Oklahoma State should think and probably does believe that they can beat Iowa. So I think they're going to say, like, we don't want a tech, we want a pin. You know, don't just take them down, let them up, tilt them a bunch of times, get your backs, work for that pin. And I think that we're going to see a lot of time committed to riding to work for a pin.
Yeah.
So
All right, so we
Right
have
now we
what,
got
6-3 maybe?
what
let's go
yeah, 6-3 and
5-3
5-3
maybe.
in favor of Okie State.
Yeah, 5-3. Like, let's just go on the harder side that Dayton gets attacked, doesn't get a pin.
Yeah.
So how about Real Woods versus Tegan Jameson? Jameson has had an up and down year. He's got some good wins. He's got some tougher losses, but he's definitely probably I'd say top 10 guy. Definitely an All-American threat. Real
Well,
Woods has
hey,
not looked well.
If
Jameson
Real
beat
Woods,
Lemley. I'm just saying.
yeah, if Real Woods loses here, then the emergency lights are going on because this is a huge, he's not been good, and this is a guy that he should beat 9 times out of 10.
I mean, Jameson's a freshman, I think.
That's
So
But look, WrestleStat's only putting it at 6-5. They're thinking it's gonna be real
that's
close.
just that's super lazy with that. I mean, if you look at half their predictions, it's like 6-5, and it's like, dude, do you know the
So
takedowns
it's
worth 3 points
6-5.
now?
It's 6-5. It's number 4 on 14. Obviously, it's gonna be a 1-point match.
I say Real Woods by major.
By major.
I don't think he's going to get bonus
I
points.
don't think he's gonna get bonus
He
points.
hasn't been aggressive
He hasn't
really at
been bonus
all
pointing like
recently.
anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll pick. I would pick Woods, but I would say a decision.
I would say a decision for Woods as well.
I'm gonna go with the major. I think that he had the same issues health wise that Penn State had, at with Carter and Aaron and even Kirk. So I think that he's hopefully feeling better, and if he's returning to form, I could see a major. If he wins a tight one, I think it's still cause for alarm. And if he loses, Iowa is in deep trouble.
So we're looking at what, 6-5 in favor of Iowa now.
Yeah, 6-5. So Rothji versus either Jordan Williams or they could potentially throw out Sammy Alvarez.
I don't think Alvarez makes weight.
He's wrestled a couple times this year in the lineup.
Yeah, but he has a hard time making weight. Um,
I think Rothji is gonna. He's looked really well, good for Iowa.
Yeah, I would pick Rathje. He's been solid. Hey, but look, they're not picking him on WrestleStat 6-5.
Williams is a good wrestler. I mean,
And hey, look, the next one is also 6-5.
Yeah, Frank's only getting that 6-5. Wait, yeah.
WrestleStat, fix your algorithm, man. Come on.
Every match ends 6-5. Don't you guys know this?
Jordan Williams is a very good wrestler, though. I mean, he's a 3-time Fargo champ, Super 32 champ. I think he was like number 10 in Flow rankings for for his in the class of 2022. Ratchy has looked very good. I think Williams and Ratchy are both criminally underrated here. I don't think Williams is I think a 19 and a 17 is just way too low for them. I'm gonna go with Williams. I'm gonna agree with WrestleStat that he's gonna win a tight one. I think that he has the pedigree for it, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Ratchy beat him.
Yeah, I think Rathje's gonna beat him.
All right. So what does that make it?
So
9-5?
now we're looking at 9-5 Iowa.
Jared Franick versus Teague Travis. Teague Travis has had a really great year.
Yeah, he's
Also another really young guy. I think he's a freshman too.
No,
You think
because he
he's,
wrestled Matt Bianchi in 21.
Uh, oh, I'm pulling up the roster. I thought he was a freshman for eligibility.
Yes, he's been in college for 3 years and he's a freshman.
Yeah, we all know. We all know the rules.
How that eligibility works.
Oh, sorry, redshirt sophomore Teague Travis.
Never graduate.
Never graduated.
He's a sophomore.
I'd be pretty disappointed in Franick if he didn't win this.
I'm honestly gonna pick. This is the big upset of the match, and I'm gonna pick Teague Travis over Franick here.
Travis.
I'm gonna go with Franick. I think that
I gotta go with Franick.
he again. I think he's underrated at 10. Teague Travis has some good wins this season.
Yeah.
But
I don't think Franick's the guy that gets upset by someone.
Yeah, I would say I don't think he's there
like
yet.
a big upset. Like if it's like a top tier guy, then I'm not surprised if he goes down. But like, I don't think Teague Travis is the guy to get it done.
I'm just looking at Teague Travis. He has 3 losses on the year: 1 to Ja'Cory Teamer, 1 to Ryder Downey, and 1 to Jordan Williams, his teammate, at 149. So he's actually bumping up this year. And he's beaten
further
Ed Scott.
Reason to believe that Teague Travis is not going to beat Franick.
He's beaten Ed Scott. He's beaten Brock Mahler. He's beaten. I mean, those 2 guys are all Americans. Franick's an all American. I think he has the potential.
He has the potential, but I don't think he's going to beat Franick.
He beat Cale Swenson recently. I mean,
I think his loss to Williams just further solidifies my case that Williams is better than Ratchy.
Yeah, you got a good point, but I'm standing by Rathje.
All right, well,
and Franick.
Favor Franick here.
So 12-5 in favor of Iowa.
So Caliendo versus Olnick, they have history. Last year, I guess at Nationals, right?
Yeah.
6-2, Caliendo wins, which actually surprises me. I would be interested in rewatching that match. I feel like Olnick matches up decently to Caliendo. But maybe Caliendo is just too like explosive, too strong. Olnick's more of like a finesse, lanky type wrestler. He's had a great year at Okie State. He's probably gotten a lot better this year alone from Northern Illinois. But
yeah, he definitely has gotten like same matchups against guys he wrestled at like Nationals. He's improved upon significantly. So yeah, I'd say so.
I'm going with Izzy.
I agree. I'm going with Izzy.
Whoa, man, I'm going with Caliendo here. I picked the Teague Travis upset because I was going to go with Caliendo.
I mean, I think Izzy's a guy that can actually make a really deep run this year. And I think Caliendo's going to All-American. But, we're talking earlier about O'Toole possibly, having a tight match again with Izzy.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. I mean, Izzy's been solid this season. He's been wrestling tough with everybody. I think he's gonna beat Caliendo in the duel here. Although I don't think he's gonna lose at 6-5 like WrestleStat thinks.
So obviously
another 6-5.
These 2 guys are transfer portal guys. Who would you prefer transferred to your team if you had the choice between these 2 guys?
Wasn't Caliendo younger? Well, Caliendo's like a sophomore.
Yeah, but just in general. I mean, if you're going to go for longevity, yeah, I guess so. But this year, you want a guy, you got a transfer portal. You're either taking Olnick or Caliendo. Which one you committing to first?
Based off of last year?
Based off of right now. I'm asking right now.
Oh, right now?
I'm going to Olenek.
I mean, Olenek seems like the better guy, but I would be thinking long term where I'd
Well,
want
that's
Caliendo.
Yeah.
So
I think they've both gotten better from last year, but I'm picking Caliendo here as well.
12-8 in favor of Iowa.
Pat Kennedy versus Braden Thompson. Braden Thompson's been a mystery this year. He was like this really high recruit. He's had some really solid wins, but mostly taken a lot of losses. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, it's that adjustment between high school and college. But I don't think it's going to matter enough. I mean, Thompson's gotten some good wins, but Patrick Kennedy's been consistent and he's been wrestling great all year.
Yeah, I'm picking Kennedy.
I mean, didn't Carter not even major him? And I know Carter was sick, but still, like,
I think he technically got the major though.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and check. I'm going Kennedy by bonus points. I'm going to go major, not 7-6 like WrestleStat committed to.
Whoa, they didn't say 6'5".
Wild, right?
I don't know that Kennedy's going to get the major though. I'm not so sure that I would agree to that.
I would pick Kennedy for a decision here.
I would pick Kennedy for a decision here.
Do you think it's going to be like a high decision where it's like, oh, chasing a major, or do you think it's a super close match?
No, yeah, it'll probably be like
I think it's going to be
9-3.
pretty close.
I'm thinking like 9-3. That's not like close, but
Thompson hasn't given up a major all season.
and he's not going to start at home.
It's true. So here's where it could get very interesting potentially with 184, Dustin Plott.
15-8 in favor of Iowa.
Are we going to see Gabe Arnold here? We saw him against Wisconsin. He has one match left. I think this is the barometer potentially. Iowa throws him out. They say, okay, let's see how you do against the number 2 guy in the country. If you win, you're the guy for Big Tens and nationals. If not, cool. If you lose, cool. You got a nice match in, got some experience, and then you'll be our guy for 174 next year. I think we're going to see him. I think there was a reason that Iowa held him out of Penn State. There was rumors that he was banged up a little bit, and he still has one more match eligibility. I think we see him against Plott really test his stripes here, see if he can knock off.
I mean, I'd love to see that matchup just to see how what the result is.
What I don't like though is how, like, obviously Gabe Arnold has like 7 matches this year, if that. I like how a guy who can have so few matches just be automatically eligible to be thrown into the postseason and then potentially like go on a miracle run. That's why
what if you're injured all year?
Yeah, but then that's what an injury redshirt should be used for. Then, like, I just.
What if you're ducking all year?
Yeah.
What if you just don't want to wrestle anybody?
Yeah,
it benefits you.
That's why I'm a big proponent of there being a minimum match requirement for postseason. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like we want to see these guys wrestle all year. If you're the national,
I'd love there to be a last ditch open tournament, like for guys that need extra matches, so that they get entered just because I need more matches.
I mean, I don't even know if that would work though, because would that even qualify for like your team's events? Because you're only allowed to have a certain amount of team events, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a limit on the number of team events.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like the national champion should embody the best guy of the season throughout the season, and for you just throwing a guy last second to usurp all of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in thinking that, but I just feel like we want to see these guys with the 20, 30, 40 matches like we haven't been seeing.
The bruisers have been really, actually wrestling.
Regardless, I think that Dustin Plott will beat anybody that goes out at 184 for Iowa.
Even Gabe Arnold?
Especially no, yeah, even Gabe Arnold. Yeah,
Especially Gabe Arnold.
Wow,
I think.
What a Penn State homer.
Yeah, me feed me your hate.
No, I'd pick Plot. I'd pick Plot to bonus Riggins for sure.
Yeah, I can see him bonusing Riggins. I don't think he would bonus Gabe Arnold.
Look at that, 7
I don't
6.
think he would bonus Gabe Arnold either.
7 6. They changed their formula.
It'd be
Not
interesting
really
to see
though.
him.
7 6
Yeah,
up here.
it'd be interesting to see him go up. I mean, I think that how Will Feldkamp, he got a sneaky win over Feldkamp, and then, not too much later, a few months really, but Feldkamp gets majored, almost teched by Plot. I mean, that's a huge difference. And I know that like
Yeah.
Gabe Arnold's style is like, hey, kids, keep it close. Not a lot of high scoring matches. It's going to be a dogfight. I just think Dustin Plot is too much for him at the moment.
Yeah.
Plot's a dog. And Gabe
Yeah.
Arnold doesn't quite have the scrambling ability. I mean, I know not all top wrestlers have to be like super great scramblers, but Shane Legal was able to score off of a pretty basic scramble. That maybe Gabe Arnold just let it up because he was up enough, but I still think he's still a little green and he's got some work to go. I do think they're going to throw him out there, but I do think Plot is the guy, especially at Okie State. So I would pick Plot here.
So we saying Plot for 3, Plot for 4.
I think it's 3 if Gabe Arnold goes out. If Riggins goes out, I think it's a tech.
I was going to
5.
say, I think it's 3 or 5 as well. I think that.
Okay, so
yeah,
that's fair. So we're saying 15-13 in favor of Iowa right now, going with 2 matches to go.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
Exciting.
as much as I want Okie State to win this duel, I just don't know if
they have the
It's
man.
It's going to come down to heavyweight.
especially after Zach
Always
Glazier.
does.
Like Zach Glazier is like one of my favorite guys to watch this year. This
Oh,
guy
yeah,
goes after it.
I think Glazier beats Serber pretty good.
I do too.
I think he's going to beat Serber. Yeah.
I think I think Zach Glazier's earning fans all over the country. The guy is hard nosed. He's wrestling hard. I even see him like
Weird.
Iowa.
He's an Iowa wrestler, except for none of his teammates are like that.
He's very much old school Iowa style. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
we're like, what happened to Iowa? And they're like, but we're not talking about you, Zach Glazier. You're still great.
Yeah, exactly. You're great.
The whole AJ Ferrari incident really
put him on the
put him
stage.
map. Yeah.
That's it.
So I think there could potentially be a major here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Glazier's probably going to major Serber.
Get majored.
So what does that make it?
That would make it 19-13 going into the heavyweight
So
in favor of
Oklahoma
Iowa.
State needs a pin here against
I don't
Bradley
think they're
Hill.
getting that.
I think we're gonna see Ben Keeter here, honestly.
Ooh, interesting.
Same as they did against Penn State. Throw him
Uh-huh.
out there, get the matches, get the experience. They have Ben Keeter winning, actually.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's funny how that works.
Doucette, he's like your typical heavyweight like wrestler, just does absolutely nothing and then wants to ride you in the ultimate tiebreak. Like he's
My
a
boy.
big boy.
I'd pick Doucette here,
Over Keeter.
even if it's Keeter.
Oh.
If you went back to Doucette, does WrestleStat have Oklahoma State winning?
What do you mean?
I mean, if you went back
Hill?
from back to Bradley Hill, yeah.
Oh, Hill?
Iowa over Oklahoma State 18-13.
Interesting. Okay.
But that has Gabe Arnold in, I think, too.
Yeah.
If we put Aiden Riggins, it doesn't matter. Well, maybe.
No, Oklahoma State could still pull it off, I think.
18-13.
18-13.
Yeah, because they had Oklahoma State winning by decision regardless of who.
Oh, they have Hill winning over Doucette.
Oh, they have Hill over Doucette?
That's why. Yeah, okay. I was like, that's why.
I think Doucette is going to definitely beat Hill, and I think he would also beat Keeter.
I think Keter's still struggling with the weight difference
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Keter's there size wise yet. Although,
because
look, they list him at like 230 though, right?
Doucette's pretty big, isn't he?
He's big.
Yeah, that's gonna be that could be a real big struggle.
He's like country
Large
big.
in charge.
Country big.
He's not quite Colton Schultz, but
No
I'm
one's
always
like
amazed that
Schultz.
Colton Schultz like makes the weight.
yeah. Yeah, it's true. So yeah, we're all picking Doucette?
Yeah.
I'm picking Doucette over in both matches. I think he can beat
Yeah.
Bradley Hill.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we're picking Iowa to win this duel 19-16.
Wow.
Whoa.
So
It's-
one swing match has to go in favor of Oklahoma to win it then.
Hey, I
Yeah,
told you,
so yeah,
Bragg,
basically
keep Bragg
one
on
of the matches we called in favor of so Jordan Williams, get it done.
No,
Jordan,
it's
Jordan
this
Williams
one
could win
right
it for his
here.
team. You
I'm
think it's
telling
Teague
you,
Travis?
You're sleeping on him.
What if Teague Travis and Jordan Williams win back to
Oh,
back?
was I the only one that picked Spratley?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I could see Spratley winning that too. I think Oklahoma State needs to win by Spratley, and then one with either Olnick or Teague Travis or Williams. Maybe probably two out of three of those. Honestly,
Hey, I mean, Okie State, when they have a duel, it's an event. It's like going to a football game. So
Yeah, they've had the brawl on the baseball field, I think, or whatever they called it.
yeah. So like they're gonna turn up for this. They're gonna really take it to Iowa.
it's funny because I feel like it's similar to when we predicted, what was it, Michigan over Iowa?
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh no, that's not going to happen. We must be wrong somehow.
Yeah, we got to be wrong here.
Yeah, I feel like.
Well, yeah, we're predicting Iowa, but at the same time, I'm like, Okie State's got this.
Okie State definitely can get it done, but will they? You know, if Iowa wrestles the way they've been wrestling in the last few duels, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I remember a season where Iowa's ever had 3 losses.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
It's been quite some time.
If you think 3 losses, they fire the Brands brothers?
No, I don't think those guys are gonna get fired. I don't think that's how they're gonna.
I think they like them. Maybe the fandom doesn't like them, but I feel like
the school's got to love Brands.
The school does, but I think every fan I hear is like, "You got to get rid of the Brands. They're ruining this program." And then like every other Big Ten school, like especially Penn State's like, no, extend them, keep them longer.
They keep Iowa good, just
not good enough. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
let Spencer Lee take over.
Spencer Lee, head coach.
Wouldn't be surprised.
He becomes the next Kale.
Spencer Lee, head coach. Austin DeSanto, assistant.
Austin DeSanto as assistant. Okay, I thought you said you wanted to get rid of the Brands.
It's just like Brands 2.0.
Yeah, exactly.
So let us know down below, Iowa, Okie State, who you picking in this duel. It's a big matchup, last major match of the season between Big 10 and Big 12. We have Iowa and Big 10 winning this one, so let us know down below who you think is going to win. And thanks for watching Cactus Wrestling.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.